Okay, this is part 2 of the sliding door problem on the Odysseys 05 to 08. Can't believe they haven't fixed that yet. I took the door panel off, showed you guys on video 1. I was about to take the latch off back here, which seems to be the problem because when you push it back, it goes all the way back, motor holds it, and then 2 seconds later, it let go of it. But what I have figured out is, all I did was loosen these 3 screws, because I was attempting to take the whole thing off, and miraculously, retardedly, it's locking now. It just locks now. It's retarded. I can't believe this shit. Watch. I'll let it go. It goes down. I'll latch it again, and there you go. It's working. All I had to do was loosen these 3 screws. Is that how retarded Honda engineers were when they were designing this damn car? Now I'm left with all this shit that I gotta put back on, that I spent like an hour or so on. It's retarded. But let's try this again. I'm gonna open this door up all the way. Put the sliding doors on automatic, which is right here, on. And let's try this door. There you have it. It has successfully locked itself. But I bet it's not the end of this. This same problem's gonna come back and haunt me later on. I know it. I've read enough on forums already that this door has the same problem. You fix it, it'll work for a couple months, maybe a year or so, and it'll give you the same problem again. Now, the Honda designers, the engineers, you guys need to understand that the locking mechanism you guys have made is sticking inside itself. Just from me loosening these 3 screws doesn't make sense of it locking on its own now and working. That's retarded. So there you have it, man. Part 2. Guys, all the people that have the same problem, just loosen these screws, lube the thing, test it here by putting a screwdriver in it, see if it locks or not, because you don't want to abuse the locking and motor for the door and closing motor for the door and everything, because you know how motors are. Eventually it's just gonna die out, burn out, or whatever. So keep it on manual. Keep opening and closing this. Lube it. Unscrew these screws. If it still doesn't work, then I can't help you, because for me that's all it did, and it worked. So I'll show you guys one more time. It's gonna lock and latch. You should hear a double motor sound, because before, when it was not working, you would hear the motor latch and hold it there, not let go. This time what it's doing is it's latching and letting go, because the latch is locked and it's staying in its position locked, so the motor lets go, because the motor's not supposed to hold it. The motor's supposed to just suck the door in and lock it, instead of you pulling it and locking it like it usually is. There you have it, man. Get back to you guys after. Okay guys, so I'm gonna make a video here for how to put the door panel back on. I'm gonna make this part 3 of the whole Odyssey sliding door issue, not locking and latching. Fortunately I didn't make a video while I was taking the panel off. It is fairly easy to take the panel off because it's all poppers. You just pull the panel and it'll come off. You just have to have the door slightly open. So here I go. Just have patience and watch me put this back on. It might take a couple of minutes, so I'm gonna start right here, right now. First, I gotta put this window motor back on to its place because I took it off. I was thinking I was going to take it off and get the whole latching motor out of the back, but I eventually didn't because I didn't need to. This screw I'm putting in right now has a bracket on the backside that holds the Windows guide rail. It came off, well, it fell off once I took the screw off, so put that back in there. This one I believe goes up in here. Or no, it goes in here. Oh, hold on. I gotta put this piece back in place too. There you go. So, I'm already starting to cut myself. That is the bracket that holds the whole window motor. So here I go, put this back on. I'm just gonna torque it in because they were fairly tight before. You don't want to do it too much, it's unnecessary to be that tight. That's good enough. That should be good enough. Alright, so what I have to do now is, before I put this all back together, is I gotta open this door a little. Did I take the automatic off? Oh man, the automatic is on. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna open up this door. Make sure it works still before I put the panel back on, because I don't want this not working when the panel's back on. Keep our fingers crossed. There you go. You hear the double motor sound. That means it's latching and locking. Try it one more time. Okay, so that was the third time. Oops, I hit the horn by accident. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up this door again. There you go. Okay. Now I can do this. Keep my hands clean from dirt because I don't want to get the panel all dirty. So, put this back on. I run this wire through here. Is it through here? Yeah, through here. A little bit closer. And this thing is pretty simple. All you gotta do is it's basically sticky tack on the other side of this, so just sticks on. You know what? Let me clean the surface where it sticks, because if it's dirt on there, it's not gonna stick. It's just gonna be loose in there, and you want it to be there because it's basically a waterproof barrier for this whole mechanism, locking systems, cables that's behind this. So I'm just gonna clean it all up. Goes from here, 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 all the way around. Clean it nice. Once it's good. Make sure you know which way you're putting it on. So it does go in this way, in case you guys don't remember, because this part has this gap right here which it goes into. Just gonna pull the harness out for the window switch and start sticking. Hey, it's not sticking. Why is it not sticking? Oh, you know what? I think I need to heat this up before I put it back in, because it seems like the glue has lost its stickiness. So just give me a second, I'm just gonna get a lighter real quick. I'll be back in a minute. Seems like it's starting to drizzle out here now. Alright. So I'm back in here. Okay, that's my mom annoying. She thinks I'm messing with her car. Doesn't understand that I'm fixing it. Mothers. What can you do? Hey, you know what? This thing's lost its stickiness completely. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop this video because I gotta heat this whole thing up with my blowtorch. So I'll get back to you guys in a sec. Okay, so we're back here now. This guard, waterproof rain guard, was a mission to put back on because once I took this off, the glue was cold, or the sticky tack, and it was not trying to stick. So what I had to do is I had to get my blowtorch, heat it up, and get it so it's a little sticky and malleable, so that way it would stick, and it still didn't. Then I had to heat up the metal panels that it's connected to. So I had to heat this whole part up right over here to get it to work. And I got it on now. So what I'm gonna do is just put this camera back on where I had it sitting. There you go. Okay. So I gotta put this thing back on, stick it all back on. Make sure you pull your harness off for the window button, the window switch button. Just gotta, basically, you just gotta push it all in, like force it, because it does not want to stick too well. You know, it is cold out here too, so that's one reason why it's not wanting to stick. The best way to deal with this issue is to just get a new string of the sticky tack. You can buy them any automotive store. They should have that. A lot of mechanics use that to fix little things, rattles, this and that. So I might just have to just do it as best as I could, because this does not want to stick too well. But I think I got it. There you go. Last part right here. One thing, make sure that all these holes are lining up with the hole that's behind that's basically in the metal, because that's where all the poppers are going to go into from the panel. Come on, man, just stick in there. What's wrong? You know what? Where did I put my lighter? See that? That's the only way to really get this thing to stick. As soon as it gets nice and hot in there, it sticks better. Even the plastic itself might melt it here and there, but that's the only way to really put this on. See, now it's on there, nice. You gotta make sure this thing's on properly because, you know, it is a water protector for all the cables and everything that's behind this. So, and if it's not on properly, you know, you might get some water leakage in there and cause a bigger problem. So, you're better off actually getting it to stick properly, especially up here, because if you think about it, the water is going to seep in from the top. The bottom's not that necessarily super tight, but that's okay. As long as all the holes are showing for the panels that are going to pop back into this thing, because that is important. Okay, watch how I do this. You go in from the top. Just, you know what, you can even heat up just the metal and it will contact the glue or the sticky tack and hold in properly. Where's my screwdriver? See, there you go. Just that much and it did a big difference. So if you guys don't have a blowtorch like this, you might want to invest and buy one, because they come really handy. Just heat it up nice. It doesn't have to be super red hot, but it's got to be hot enough so this glue sticks on properly. There you go. That's on. This part I can't get any better than this, so I'm just gonna. I don't have much room to get in there either, except, you know what, I got it. If I'm gonna do this, gotta do it right the first time, or don't bother doing anything. That's one thing I always say. And don't worry, I'm not gonna burn anything in the car. I know what I'm doing. So just bear with me and watch. The only reason I'm actually using this is because I don't have time right now to go buy new sticky tack for this thing, so this is the best way to do it. There's some people out there, mechanics especially, that are watching this video, they're going to say like, what is this idiot doing? You might call me an idiot, but in the end of the day I got it working, so say whatever you want to say. Please don't comment things like that. I would not do that. I'm trying to help everybody out here, you know? Whoever is a DIY person and has an Odyssey and has this issue and watches my video can at least get an idea, a picture of what they're dealing with, and, you know what, even attempt it themselves and try to fix it. Because it's nothing better than saving $600 from the dealership of taking this there, and they're not going to fix it because they don't even know what's wrong with it. Oh, by the way, I just called the dealership too. I set an appointment in for a recall. And the recall is for the master brake cylinder on the Odysseys. Apparently they're not good. They're having issues, so gonna get that done. And I talked to the service guy about the door, and he said a couple Odysseys came in and they couldn't find an issue. They said they couldn't find an issue. Obviously there's an issue with the car's door, but I asked them if there was a recall for the door, and they said no. And I was like, you know what, that's pretty pathetic for Honda not having a recall on a door, because it's a design fault. It's a design fault because the designers, I guess, didn't test it properly, or didn't realize that, you know what, when winter comes and the summer comes and all the moisture and the heat and the cold that builds up into that latching motor, probably going to deteriorate it faster, and it's going to have sticking issues, which is starting to have already. Clearly everyone knows that now. But then again, what can you do, right? Just got to bear with it and see what you can do yourself, because nowadays every single thing costs money. you know, the Red Bull gives you wings. So if I didn't have this drink right now, I would be in no mood of fixing this. It's raining outside too. It's one of the reasons why I wasn't gonna come do this, but you know what? I said if I don't do it today, I'm not gonna do it. And if I don't do it, it's gonna take time, and the dealership's not gonna do it, so might as well do it. Okay, I'm gonna bring the panel out now. Here you go. This is the door panel. This is the last part, is it, I guess? Oh no. Yeah, this is the last part. Okay, so here I'm just gonna put the panel back on. I have gotten the waterproof plastic cover piece back on. It wasn't sticking properly, so I had to heat it all up and redo it. But now it's on, and it's time to put the door panel back on. But before I do that, actually, I am gonna have to check it one last time, because I do not want to get stuck putting this back on, and next thing you know, it doesn't work again. So last time, I'm gonna check this. Okay, so I put it back on the automatic. Here it goes. It's gonna pull it open. I'm gonna close it. There it goes. Keep my fingers crossed. Come on. Perfecto. So you have to hear that motor latch and let go, because if it doesn't let go, it's not locking, right? So now you hear it. It goes zzz, zzz. That means that it locked, and it let go of the lock because the lock has attached and it's locked there. Before it was just letting go, it was coming back to where it was. Yeah, and the other thing I want to do is make sure okay, so I'm gonna check the window. I gotta make sure that the window is working, because I don't want to put this back on next thing you know, the window doesn't work. That'll be a hassle. Okay, this thing just attaches back here. So it's the blue cable that attaches. I'm gonna go all the way down, make sure it goes down. Oh, it's going very slowly, and it's sticking. See? Good thing I checked that, because now, do you see what it's doing? That's not good. Okay guys, you know what? That's an issue. That means I gotta take this back off. Good thing I checked that, because, you know, whenever you take something apart, you have to double check, even triple check, before you put it back together, because see what it's doing now is that the window is not... Can't believe this is happening right now, but no problem. I'll fix it. Make my life easier. I will take off this whole thing to make my life easier, and not have to hold the whole door while I'm testing this window. Okay, hopefully it works, man. Nope. It's still tight as heck. You know what? It seems like it's the same on the other side. But not as slow, but... Okay. I'm gonna try something. What I'm gonna do is just spray some lubricant in there, because it seems like put it up. Okay, there you go. Way faster. You see the difference in the speed now. Yeah, the upping is the same thing on the other side, the up. is kind of slow because it is a pretty big window. Okay, that seems like this should do the job. Just gonna tighten this back up. Try one more time. Okay, so what it is this fucking Alright, so what it is it's down here. It's actually this latch. Not even latch, what is this? Is this on the proper way right there now? It's not on the right way. It's gonna give issues. And it does seem like it's an angle in there. If you look at the screws. The screw is actually in an angle in here, which shouldn't be like that. So what I believe is, yeah, see, it was stretched. So how did I put it in? Okay, so I had it in like this, so now I'm gonna put it in this way. And it should work better, because that makes a little more sense. And it should be the other way, not so it was before it was grabbing on this way. Now I got it grabbing on from this way, and the latch comes on this side, which is this right here. So I'm just gonna line it up properly. See all the WD-40s coming down towards the end. So you know, the thing is that these windows, they're riding on a railing, which is right here, and if the railing is really dried out, it is not gonna open and close, and it's gonna get stuck. See, now it's going on perfect. There you go. It's going down pretty fast, and it's going up pretty fast. So good thing I checked it, because now I'm sure that, you know, it's gonna work when I have the whole door panel back on. So that's the best part about double, triple, quadruple checking, that, you know, you make sure that everything is on the right way and it's working, it's functioning before you put everything back together. That's one thing I've learned from a lot of trial and error times. I've dealt with a lot of cars. I've done car audio, I've done motor swaps, I've done all kinds of stuff. This is child's play. It's just it's annoying, man. Because look at what I have to deal with right here. I only like dealing with bolts and screws. Just put them on, that's it. So like again, I'm just gonna heat it up, because if it's not hot, it's not gonna stick. And it's actually better if you heat up the metal, because you can't hold it to the plastic too long, otherwise it'll just burn and melt up. Right, so I'm just gonna heat this up all the way around. Just, you know, go over this too a little. And you see how close I am to my finger and it's not burning me, so that shows you that it's not that hot and it's not gonna burn or freaking catch fire or anything. So alright, so I heated it up. Just gonna push it back into place. Right, like that, all around, because it is the waterproof barrier. This has taken me a long time, because I've been trying to record and work on my own, and it's kind of hard because my brother went to his night school and I'm stuck doing this myself now, because he was here earlier helping me. So now I'm doing the same thing over again, because I had to heat this thing up properly for it to stick. I don't want to burn anything else, so. Oh yeah, see, as soon as you heat it up, man, it becomes all nice and squishy. Don't worry about this, it's just fog, it's cold outside. See, if I had a mini roller, it would have been way easier, instead of banging it. Anyways, let's just check this one. I'm a big check freak, because I don't want anything to screw up later on while I have the whole door back in place. So let's try this one more time. Wow, man, this thing's got NOS on it now. Okay, so that's good. Put that back. Move this away. Move this away. Right. Take a sip of my Red Bull. Okay, I'm gonna put the door panel back on. Just make sure my hands are clean because I don't want to touch the door panel and get it all dirty. I do have to clean the car though, that's one thing. You know what, I gotta, before I do everything. Okay, so the door is closed right now, I'm just gonna open it up. Okay, so it is locking and stuff, so the locking mechanism is working. Perfect. Just gonna open it up one more time. Okay, so I just turned off the automatic, and now I'm just gonna manually pull it out towards me because I have to. Okay, so I have to have the door a little slightly open because there's not much room to put this door panel on. And you have to start from the top. It's like any car door panel goes on. This is the same way. It's just you don't have much room. See how it went in from here? Make sure your harness is sticking out because if it's stuck in there you won't be able to get it out. And this panel right here. Okay, so you have to clip it in from the top. Make sure it's down, and then you just slowly bang it in. But you have to make sure that it is aligned properly, because if it's not aligned and you're banging the panel in, it's not going to close, it's just going to break panel poppers. So far so good. Okay, so I got it on. I'm just going to put this back on here. Right? Yeah, the seams are pretty much in. Just gonna check all around the door. Just run your hand around the door and you can see if the edges have connected with the metal, right? Which it seems like it has, except for down here. Never mind, it's already connected. Okay, so it's in. It's all in. Then again, I'm just gonna check the window. Okay, so I'm gonna check the window now. Should go down properly. Okay, so it's working. One more time. Okay, so that is working. I'm gonna connect it back together. Okay, so let's try the door again. There you have it, guys. The door panel is in. Yeah, the door panel's in. The door's locking. Alright, so there you go. Come out. Yeah, just make sure everything is good. See the blinds coming out. Now, the last part that's left to do is, my friends, the window. cover. Now what I have to do here is, again, I have to open the door up a little bit, because without the door opening up, I'm not going to be able to put that back on. And the other thing that you guys are going to have an issue with if you're taking this door panel off is, remember how the old cars that don't have automatic windows, they have the manual lever, they use these clips to clip in, right? And that's how this door handle is connected. If you're trying to do this on your own and you don't have the right tool, you won't be able to open this door panel, because you need a pick tool. This is called a pick tool. Well, you can get it at any Canadian Tire, any store, even Home Depot, they have everything. And how it goes is, the pin goes in from the bottom. Or was it from the? Yeah, it was from the bottom, right? The shaft goes in here. You see the grooves in there. The shaft's right here. The shaft goes in, and it's got a groove in here too, the shaft, and that's what these hold. So once it goes in, you can set it. You can just set it up here. Just push it in slowly. Okay, so there you go. I got one side in, right? But you know what? I gotta take it out a little bit because it just went in too far. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so what I gotta do is I'm gonna put this in from here and make sure the teeth are lined up, because if the teeth are not lined up, it's not gonna go in, and it is a little tight before it goes in, so just make sure you don't strip the teeth. Wiggle a little bit, push on it, it'll go in. Test it. I still have the pin in my hand, I haven't put it in yet. Okay. So as you guys see, it's working. Hopefully it locks. There you go, it locked. And now what you do is, if you guys can't see, just gonna move over a little bit here. Pull this thing out just a little, and see, there you go. You're gonna need some needle nose pliers. Grab it with the needle nose plier, like so, and guide it in from the bottom. I don't know if you guys could see, but it goes in from the bottom right here. If you're doing this at home, you'll figure it out. It's not that hard. Just showing you how it really goes in. So, okay, so I got it in there now. I'm going to push it all the way through, and I am going to push the pin completely in. I pushed it in too far, so. Okay, so here we go. Flathead screwdriver. Keep yourself. Okay, so there you go. You can't really see in there, but if I could show you, no, I can't really show you, but I got it in. The piece went in perfectly, and it's not gonna come out, and it is in all the way. You hear that latch? There you go. The piece is in. I see it. The clips are on the proper spot. And the only thing left now is this whole panel that goes here, which is sitting down here. Now you see I have all the panel poppers lined up. I'm just gonna put all my tools in place because it's getting a little messy here now. It's garbage. So far I drank 2 Red Bulls. That's how long it took me. Oh yes, one thing I gotta show you guys is this right here is broken. It broke because I wasn't sure how to take it out when I first took it out. These are the hooks that hold the, what do you call it, the blind, yeah, the blind. And they go in this hole right here. right? But what happened was, when I was pulling it out, I didn't know that this has a piece right here. See this groove? And it pops out like that. Do you see that? This comes out, and then this comes out. But I pulled on it and I basically broke it. So I do have to glue it back on. But I'm gonna have to glue it back on from here. So yeah, like that. I'm gonna have to glue it back on like that because the top is broken. It is broken, you see is there. Unfortunately, I've only broke one, so fortunately I only broke one, because I figured out when I broke that one that this one was the way it was supposed to come out. See, you have the, if you guys can't see, there you go. There's like little clips all around. This thing comes out. Alright guys, so this is the last part of the Odyssey sliding door issue. I have finished putting back everything. I just gotta put back the seat now. The door panel's in, as I showed you last time. And see that? It just locked on its own. I didn't even have to do nothing. It's on manual right now. Slight problem I had is I broke that clip, so I had to super glue it back on. Kinda got glue all over that thing, but that glue can come off with nail polish remover. I got it all over my fingers too. They're all messed up now. But this is good. This is pretty strong, man. The glue I used is incredibly strong. So just this piece that comes out, which broke out of this one, so I'm just gonna slide it back through this thing, and that way it's always there. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna put this back to on and check the door one final last time, I believe. You know, there is a possibility that this door can give me issues again later on, because that's how these doors are. But there you go. You heard the double sound from the motor, because what it does is it engages and disengages, and it lets go of the latch. So that's looks good. Let's try the window and see if the window is working fine. Here we go. And remember when we put it up, it was sticking and it was very slow. So now that looks good. Let's try this side. Yeah, they're both typically slow when they go up. It's just from the friction. Anyways, go back to what we were at. I'm just gonna try this one more time. Turn off the car. Jump out of the car. Lock it through again. This is where the problem was. I just loosened up the screws, and there you have it, man. It's locking pretty well.